From a compact masterpiece to an immense fresco via some fabulous forms and figures at Paris's premier museum, we've got a roundup of the best artwork to see this week. We're starting here in Paris at the Louvre, which is marking the upcoming Olympics with a special exhibition that takes visitors through the history of the Games. Well known for its galleries of marble sculptures celebrating the human form, the Louvre will also be showing off the real thing now as it launches a fitness circuit that puts participants among the artwork. Here's more from the people behind the project.
It was interesting for us to explore the values that dance and sport have in common. For example, the ideas of teamwork and challenging oneself. The participants will experience this over the course of the morning. It's really a unique experience that gives people the chance to discover the museum as part of a small group while it's still empty, long before it opens and long before 30,000 people turn up to visit the collections. It's an exciting and rare opportunity and something that will stay with people for a long time.
For those who aren't interested in the Games and think it's going to be a massive event that will disrupt their lives, the exhibition is about more than the Olympics. Once again, we're explaining the role of images, explaining how a movement was born, and placing the role of historians, archaeologists, scholars, intellectuals, and the handful of Greeks and Frenchmen back at the heart of this adventure, because it really played out between Athens and Paris.
Well, staying at the Louvre, and if you enjoy finding clues, this painting is for you. The Madonna of Chancellor Rollin by Jan van Eyck only measures 66 by 62 centimetres, yet it contains many mysterious details. After 2 years being restored, the masterpiece has just returned to the museum here in Paris. And a new exhibition there is highlighting the work of an artist who some say invented oil painting. Aurore Chloé Dupuis reports.
On this easel sits a masterpiece of Western art, largely underrated. It's so small, it almost looks like a stamp. Yet despite its size, the Flemish painter Jan van Eyck managed to tuck away all his talent. There are thousands of details. You'd need a magnifying glass to fully admire it. So why is this painting so important in art history? On the left, Nicolas Rolin, Chancellor of the Dukes of Burgundy, a sort of super minister with his bowl haircut, very 15th century. Rolin was a powerful man. He sat opposite the Virgin, with his sumptuous fur and velvet coat threaded with gold. In short, he's showing off. You may not know who he was, but his painter Jan van Eyck portrayed his every wrinkle, spots, and even each beard hair. Nothing was left out. It's one of the first realistic portraits ever made. In the background, the artist also worked wonders. Take a closer look at these two tiny people. Who are they? On the right, probably Van Eyck himself. The painter liked to put himself forward.
He even had a motto, Alt ist kann, which means this is the best I can do, with a kind of false modesty. But in fact, he's very aware of his genius. And he's very aware of the importance of artists. They're court mediators, just as important as Rollin or other political figures.
And the person on the left invites us to dive into the canvas to discover his true talent. Some of the silhouettes on the painting are no larger than 1 millimetre, smaller than an ant, an entire city in miniature format. Van Eyck's secret? Perhaps brushes with only one hair, and the novelty of oil painting that gradually replaced the traditional egg paints. It took 2 years to restore the Madonna of Chancellor Rollin, yet all its mysteries still haven't been unravelled. Even today, experts struggle to understand how Van Eyck managed such a masterpiece.
Well, next to a very different style, and for that we're taking a trip to southern Spain to meet French land artist Saype. He specialises in paintings that are larger than life. His work's only temporary, since his canvas is nature itself. And if you can't take a trip to the mountains or the beach to see them, you can also pop into the Danish Gallery in Paris to see photos and drone shots of those creations. Take a look.
We're in the south of Spain, in the Almeria region, in what's known as the Sea of Plastic. It's 40,000 hectares of greenhouses. I love creating art that interacts with nature. When I paint, I'm in this bubble where I have to imagine how it's going to look from the sky. It takes a year of work. It's kind of a big deal.
Work on this 50-meter piece began in Saype's studio, where the French artist came up with a strange, distorted sketch.
The sun will travel like this and end up somewhere around here. It's called an anamorphic technique, creating the illusion that the child is proportionate when I capture it at an angle. If I film it like this, it's very distorted, but if I take my drone and go down like this, the perspective flattens and the kid looks real.
Playing with perspectives and viewpoints, that's the key for this land artist. Saype creates huge temporary artworks all over the world, on mountains and beaches. His aim, to challenge our society and our perception of the world. For his latest creation, he chose this region in southern Spain, heavily hit by drought. It will be his playground for the next few days.
Here's my big canvas.
He convinced these farmers to rent him a plot in an area affected by climate change.
Do you have enough water?
We don't have enough rain or snow. Look at that mountain. It used to be all white at this time of year. Not anymore.
In a bid to raise awareness, Saype has to do some extensive research, making sure his paintings always respect the environment.
I think we need to lighten up number 3 just a bit. I worked for 3 years to get the paints that I wanted. These are eco-friendly, made with natural ingredients only. Here we have some chalk, this is charcoal, and over here is casein. They're all natural.
The countdown is on. For 1 week, 12 hours a day, he covers the grass with different shades of grey that turn to life when seen from above. But on the ground, Saype performs a peculiar choreography, something that helps him focus.
My eyes are all over the place. When I move, it looks like I'm dancing. Since the paint is natural, once it's applied, I can't erase it like on a canvas or a drawing. I cannot make any mistakes.
His artwork wouldn't withstand the rain. The artist also has to deal with surprise visitors and the powers of Mother Nature.
Here you see all the leaves are black, yet it's bloomed. Nature is already taking back its space from the artwork, so to speak.
Some last adjustments.
We need to place it like this.
And it's the final stretch.
We basically have 20 minutes before it gets too dark to film, so we have 20 minutes to clear up.
150 litres of paint, 50 metres long, 30 metres wide. A temporary artwork that's immortalised thanks to new technology.
This is the moment when a year's worth of work to create a project like this comes to life. I'm quite moved. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like a kid discovering their Christmas gift. I'm trying to question society through poetry and tenderness. It might sound a little cheesy, but I think that's how we should think about our life and society in general.
The painting will start to fade away in a few days. Saype creates around 20 temporary pieces every year.
Well, we're signing off with an iconic animated character. Goldorak is the Japanese anime series, particularly beloved here in France. Its characters have now been plunged into an immersive show in Paris, which recreates key zones from that futuristic saga. We'll leave you with a preview. Otherwise, do remember you can get more arts and culture here on France 24, on our website and our social media channels too. There's more news coming up here just after this.